Welcome back to This is VANCOLOUR. With the suspension of BC United's election campaign and the candidate shuffle of BC Conservative candidates, there has been talk of potential lawsuits from former candidates, donors, and staff who feel like they were cheated out of time, money, and reputation. Do they have a case? Here to break it down is my counterpart on the Soapbox Social panel, which you can find on CBC Radio's On the Coast with Gloria Makarenko every Thursday at 4:10 p.m. Representing Acumen Law, she is Kyla Lee, and this is Kyla's Court. So Kyla, let's say in the last week of August, I have a friend who's running for BC United, running for MLA. And on the Tuesday, they come to me and say, hey, Mo, can you donate to my campaign? And I go, yeah, you're my friend. I'll give you $1,400. And then on the Wednesday, the next day, BC United effectively suspends its campaign, unbeknownst to my friend, and so he's not running anymore. What did I just donate $1,400 to? And do I have any legal recourse to get that money back?
You probably do have some legal recourse. The first thing would be filing a complaint with the Chief Electoral Officer. There is no power in the Elections Act for a party to solicit donations for that party and then transfer them to another party if a candidate
they can't do that.
They can't do that. And there is also requirements to return donations if they were improperly solicited. And there's certainly an argument to be made that a donation to a candidate who's no longer running is an improper donation and should be returned.
Would there be a time frame? Like, listen, if you donated in the last month, you have more of a case than if you donated, say, last year?
There is no time limit set out in the Elections Act for anything like this, so I don't think there would be a time frame. But if you were contemplating suing, for example, the financial agent of the party for unjust enrichment or for wrongfully converting your funds, then there would be a time limit of 2 years to bring that lawsuit.
Now, you know that I love gossip and innuendo, one of my favorite things. And there are rumors circulating that former BC United candidates are looking at a class action lawsuit against the party because they put in a lot of time. They may have even put up upfront money to get things up and running for their own personal campaign. Do they have a case against their party for suspending their campaign without even letting them know or letting them have a vote on it?
They wouldn't be able to sue the party specifically.
Okay.
It's very well decided in Canadian law that you cannot bring a lawsuit against a political party except for purposes that are set out specifically within the Elections Act.
Wow.
So they wouldn't be able to sue the party, but there would potentially be opportunities for them to launch a lawsuit against individual people if they were, for example, misled into spending this money by party officials or by leaders of parties or former leaders of parties. Then yes, they could potentially have a lawsuit against those individuals.
So that would be like the leader or the party executive.
The financial agent for the party. Yes, all of those individuals could potentially be liable.
Wow, fascinating. Now, there is one candidate. It's actually a former BC Conservative candidate who is suing the BC Conservatives. You just told me you can't sue a political party, so you'll have to explain that. But Alexandra Wright in Kelowna-Mission, now an independent candidate, suing the BC Conservatives for defamation. They got rid of her off the BC Conservative ticket. So does she have a case then?
I think as the lawsuit is currently drafted, no, because it is just brought against the Conservative Party of BC, who's not a legal entity that can be sued. There are arguable points that she's made in the lawsuit that could be brought against John Rustad personally for statements that he made that would be potentially considered defamatory, or for things that John Rustad did that were potentially violations of her human rights. She's alleging discrimination on the basis of her gender. And so if she was able to make that out, she could make that claim specifically against him or against other members of the party who participated in that process.
Let's say I'm supporting a party and I don't like the way that they ran a campaign, and let's say they lost. Can I sue them for not doing a good job on my behalf?
You cannot sue them for not doing a good job on your behalf. In fact, our firm tried to sue the BC Liberal Party back when they were in power.
Oh, so you know.
Yes.
You speak from experience.
Yes, they tried to use public money for political advertising, and we lost because they can't be sued.
Wow. Kyla, thank you so much for your insight. Always appreciated.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Kareem Alam, Jeremy Valeriot, and cool Kyla Lee. That's what they call her on these streets for tonight's show. If you have any thoughts or you just like to say hello, shoot me an email, mo@thisisvancolour.com. Also, follow me on X or TikTok at VANCOLOUR. We will be back next week, but for now, this is VANCOLOUR, and I'm Mo Amir telling you that in a province where you can be anything, be colorful. Peace.